TBO Social. Let's start that intro again. I started by clearing my throat. Still not used to recording with this little Bluetooth headset thing, because the microphone is like way down here. Anyways, I'm just gonna move it along. I think it's audible. I hope so. I guess I'll find out. I probably won't check. I don't know. I left off kind of talking about social stuff in the previous episode, and then I realized maybe that's its own topic. So I guess what I wanted to talk about with that, because I was talking about holiday recap, but then I was like, well, with the social stuff, that kind of ties into like other stuff. It's not just only the holiday stuff, because holiday planning, it's hard to see people, but I mean, it does take a certain amount of coordinating, and I guess, like, I'm learning not to be bitter with it, and kind of figure when I try to meet people, it's going to work out 50% of the time, which is not very great odds, but it's like, I kind of cast a wide net, and then I'm like, let's see who bites back, like, because at this point, it's like, there are certain people that are super solid, though, and then, like, unless they get ill or, like, injured or something, it's like, I'm probably gonna see them unless something's going on, right? And then there are other people that I already know. It's like, we don't really have plans, and then there's some people that, like, they like to plan on the fly, and it's like, well, I'm busy doing other stuff. Like, I've got, like, my whole day, like, when I get up, you guys have kind of heard how I do it. I kind of get up, kind of plan out my day. If it's not already pre-planned, I'll plan it out. And then if people start calling and wanting to do stuff, it's like, well, I already have all these other things that I'm trying to do. Like, yesterday, for example, some friends started texting around, like, 10 o'clock or something about wanting to hang out, or, like, when were they texting? It was early. Maybe noon, because somebody was saying they had to do something at, like, noon. But yeah, that was, like, a long time ago. So yeah, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 something. 8:48 in the morning. Everybody was starting with Happy New Year. And then yeah, there's kind of like a lot of texting back and forth from 8:48 in the morning yesterday. These guys were in LA trying to coordinate while I was still in San Diego, and I was kind of just like, I'm not even there. Like, I'm basically like, I'm in San Diego, but I don't know when I'll be in Torrance, and I was kind of waiting to see who's waking up, and then I gotta take the Flixbus back, and I was explaining the bus takes like 3 or 4 hours, and then I gotta get home from there, but I basically said, you guys enjoy. Like, I was kind of like, and then I basically laid out my schedule for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when I'm kind of free. And then somebody else wanted to get the address texted. This was like around 12:15 afternoon. By this point, somebody else was like, text me the address. And then I asked, was this still the address? And then the person gave their new address, and we were kind of like, I didn't even know they had moved. Like, I was like, and then they asked me around 6:15 if I got back safely, and I was kind of explaining Yeah, but like I was out in the rain, I had to do my laundry, like I'm home. Like basically, like I got back and I'm home for the night. Like I didn't even know if we were meeting at that point. And I was kind of like you guys enjoy, kind of like I'm probably not gonna make it, but I'm free Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got some open time, and everybody kind of knows that I start back Monday with class, but I'm kind of free before that. And then but I don't know anybody else's schedule. Like nobody said what their schedule is. So I'm kind of trying to coordinate with all these people that are, like I know one person leaves on the 6th, I know one person leaves on the 9th, I start class back on the 5th, but we're all within like probably a 20-minute drive of each other, maybe 30 if you consider if there's like a whole lot going on driving and parking and stuff, but 20 minutes for the most part, and it's hard to coordinate because I'm like, I don't even know what time. Like apparently I'm guessing they met up around noon, and then they asked me after like 6 if I'm even back, and I'm like, well yeah, but like I'm still, like I was doing laundry, I was exercising, stretching, cleaning, eating, trying to like unwind. So it's, and then nobody said if they were free any of the other days, and I'm just like, I already said when I was going to be out of town, so like sometimes I feel like people plan while I'm not here, and I don't think it's intentional. I don't think it's intentional because that is stupid to think that it's like somebody's trying to like intentionally dodge me. But there is somebody that I was kind of thinking, this person doesn't want to see me. It's clear that they don't want to see me. Like all the signs were adding up that they don't want to talk. They don't want to see me. They want minimal engagement. They don't want to be around me. But in the past couple weeks, they've suddenly, after like over like 2 years, they circled back and we're trying to kind of be more like involved. But we kind of need to just like sit down and hang out. And I've been trying to hang out with this person for like a year almost now. Well, since, let me see, so October of 2024. So it would have been after August of 2025. Well, sometime between October of 2024 and August of 2025. But yeah, I almost never see them. And it kind of depends. It's like, well, if certain people are in town, and now all of a sudden these other people are available. But I've tried maybe 2 or 3 other times during the year to plan, and they were kind of like, oh, Saturdays, and then nothing really gets scheduled. And there've been a couple days where I was like, hey, I'm over here, do you want to hang? They couldn't. And then other days I'm like, hey, I'm over here, do you want to hang? They don't ever want to do anything. So, but they have opened the offer for me to come train with them with some stuff, and so that sounds worth my while and worth something I'd want to do. Yesterday I was thinking about the martial arts stuff, and I was like, I really don't want to be doing martial arts in front of a lot of people. Like I don't know, I have insecurities, and I'm not like that confident with it. Like there's somebody I would do it in front of, and then there's other people, most people I don't want to. But the friend who would be able to help and train me, I'd rather just have them do that. I don't want to be getting trained in front of a bunch of other people, like having an audience. But I don't know, I guess it was cool. I sent them some of the rave pictures, and they seemed to like it, so that was kind of nice. Alright. So, I don't think my earbuds are connected. Alright. Let's do this again. I saw the waves on the sound, what do you call it? Like I don't know, I was gonna call it the waves. Like, yeah, the sound was, kind of, it was definitely picking up a lot of the background noise of the car. I was like, there's no way talking that loud. So just as I was mentioning all of that about the planning and stuff, one of the friends, the training guy, he basically just contacted me and was like, oh, like, yeah, we're awake, like, if you want to come over anytime. And I was like, let me just come over early, because, jeez. So I'm on my way there now. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard to, like, it's hard socializing lately to not really read into stuff. And I don't know if it's just me, if I've become, like, pessimistic or skeptical or been burned so many times and I'm like, look, like, you know, people don't really want to do these certain events with you. You know, people don't really want to hang out or, like, really do certain stuff. Like, my mindset is a little bit like that, where I'm sometimes, like, thinking that that things aren't really going to work. I saw a little shelf. It's like a little cubby shelf that I kind of want, that somebody left outside. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, I feel like someone's been in the car. I don't know. I do get a little kind of slightly paranoid. I will call it paranoia. I'm not going to say that I don't fully experience any paranoia. Kind of like socially, it's kind of like a combination of like social anxiety and then just kind of like, I really don't know how to read situations lately. But it's like, okay, so I try not to be bitter about it, because it takes the fun out of trying to, like, meet up. Like, the whole point to try to meet people and do stuff, or meet with people that I already know and try to do stuff, is like, I want to catch up with them, I want to see them, and I want to have a good time doing all of that. And if it's not possible to have, like, fun doing it, I at least want to, you know, do it. This idiot. There's this person riding this 1 or 2 wheel thing, zipping around through traffic. I saw them in my mirror. It's not even a bike, and they're like standing up. It's not even a scooter. It looks like it has one tire. I don't know what it is. But they basically took their hands off the handlebars, and they're zooming around on PCH between all 3 lanes, like, just slowing down traffic, basically. Everybody's, like, freaking out trying not to hit this person. They're ahead of all of us, but we're all driving slow because of them. So, but yeah, I'm driving to Rancho Palos Verdes. Not my favorite place to drive, but if I want to meet, I'm gonna have to make this drive. So it's not far, but still, and it's Friday, and I don't really know what to expect with today's traffic. Because usually Friday traffic picks up pretty early. But yeah, I guess socially, there are a lot of people from the church background that I come from that, you know, I have gotten into the habit of being very cautious around, because like I mentioned, there's a lot of judgment. Like, even the other day when I was catching up at, you know, it was a scheduled thing, and like, there was a certain, you know, friends of the family kind of thing going on, and people were still kind of like trying to gossip about certain other people. And I feel like going into social settings, I do find myself trying to kind of like address my ego with stuff, and I'm just kind of like, look, none of us is doing perfect. We've all got stuff that we probably hide from each other. We've all got stuff that we probably don't want to share, and then we all know stuff about each other that we probably don't want other people sharing. And, you know, just the fact that I know so many people, I guess some of these people we were so close, and it's like, I'm not gonna like do away with like a relationship that's over like 30 years, but it is a toxic trait in my opinion with the severe gossip that is just not it doesn't work for my anxiety. I've got some trauma around it, but it's not like, I don't know, maybe I would say it is kind of bad because it does lead me to be pretty paranoid and suspicious, but I mean, I feel like it's with good reason. It's like when you've known someone for so long and then you kind of, like, I guess the other day, for example, I felt like somebody was dodging me. Like, I was kind of like, okay, I feel like this person maybe doesn't want me to be around their spouse or around their kids or whatever. I don't know why I got that impression, but I was like, the other day they were like checking, like I don't talk to this person too much, but then they kind of individually popped out of a group message and were like checking to see if I was going to be at some planned thing. And I'm like, why are they checking to see if I'm going to be there? Because it's not, I don't know, it's not that I don't want to be there or don't want to like go, but it's kind of like, I guess I wasn't clear on like why they wanted to know if I was going specifically. Like, were they not gonna go, or were they wanting to see me? Were they not wanting to see me? I didn't really ask why. I just kind of assumed, oh, they're probably gonna try to bring their pet or family that they don't want me to be around, and they're trying to check and see if I'm gonna be there so that they can decide if they're gonna bring those significant people / pets along or not. But I don't think that's what it is. I mean, I think a lot of times people, I mean, for me, when I'm pretty isolated and kind of dodging people and stuff, it's usually kind of out of like stress or embarrassment or something, or just like feeling insecure, or just not really feeling like too deeply, I don't know what you would call it, like just certain people depending what I'm going through, I would maybe not really want to be around them or have them asking me questions, because I do have a habit of like, well, sometimes I need to talk about something or want to talk about something, so even though I'm like, I don't trust this person that much, and they've kind of got a big mouth, and I don't really want to share with them, because then if I tell them, they're going to tell like 30 other people. But then I still might unload the information, because I'm just like, I kind of need to talk to somebody about it, and they're the first person asking, and so I'm kind of like, maybe I'll tell them like a little bit, and then I just kind of like keep on like revealing more and more until it gets to a point where I'm like, well, I've revealed everything now. And then it's, and then I'm kind of like back into kind of getting into a habit again of like talking to people that I'm not used to talking to, and, being around people that I'm not used to like being around, or not, like, I kind of need to get used to people's like social ways, you know what I mean? It's like, I need to get used to the social ways of how they are, and it's hard for me that I'm not used to it. Sometimes I'm just not used to the social aspect of stuff. Like, I'm not used to the social aspect. I'm not used to the social ways of things. And so, yeah, like, sometimes I'm just not used to anything, or used to a person, or used to how they are, and then, I kind of read into stuff negatively, but for good reason, because I'm like, well, I hear these people complaining about all the other people that they're sharing all the gossip about how this person wronged them, or how that person did this or that, or how they are or aren't talking to this person, and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, so when we stop talking, does that mean that they're mad at me? It's like, I hear what they're saying about other people, and then I kind of like start assuming, oh, well, if I don't hear back from them for like a week and a half after like I thought we were planning, and then I just get ghosted all of a sudden, and then
yeah, then I'm like, I'm even driving over there thinking about, okay, I said this, and then they mentioned that, so maybe I need to apologize, and just be like, throw out a, hey, I'm sorry about this. But then I'm like, no, I kind of think we're all kind of just trying to deal with this in our own ways, with everything how it is, the millennial generation, and all this other stuff. You know, we're trying to just deal with things in our own ways. And I don't think there's any reason to really read into things. Like, I don't know what the purpose of that would be, and I'm probably wrong. And I mean, like, even when I was in San Diego, there was a friend that I was trying to really connect with and see, and then I kind of didn't hear back for like over an hour or something, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just tell them next time, you know, because they were like, there's certain people when I say we're gonna meet up, I know we're not gonna meet up, and then, or it's very likely that we're not gonna meet up, and some people aren't always in that category, and some people start falling into that category. But yeah, with this specific person in San Diego, I was like really thinking into it, and I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna send a message and just be like, sorry, you know what I mean? Sorry, I can't, you know. Sorry, I can't, you know. I'm just gonna have to not cancel on them, but just be like, hey, maybe we'll just see each other next time. But I wasn't gonna cancel, but I was like pretty sure they were canceling on me. But people don't say, they're not like, sorry, I can't make it, sorry, I can't be there. They don't say anything. They just kind of like don't answer. And it's like, yesterday I was like, I could have literally stayed in San Diego like 5 extra hours just waiting to see if certain people were gonna like respond, you know. And I was like, it was a good call on my part that I left early, because I was like, you know, I would have been all like bitter and like irritated, but it's like, there are certain people I just didn't hear from. And I'm like, I know you didn't sleep all day. Like, maybe you slept in, but I know you didn't sleep all day. But I don't know. I'll see how this goes. Right now I'm kind of like relearning some people that I once knew. And so right now I'm kind of like relearning. So, alright, I'm almost where I need to go. A few stop signs up this hill. But I'm almost where I need to go. But I don't know. I'm tired. But I'm trying to make things work. I'm like, let me just go with my momentum. We'll just wing it. It's hard to wing it, but we'll just wing it. And then, yeah, but it's hard for people to adjust their energy these days. I'm struggling with it too. I've canceled on people in 2025. I think that was my epic cancellations year, that I've canceled on people when we've had plans more than any other year that I ever remember in my life. It's just been hard to tell what's going on with the health stuff, with the pain stuff, with everything. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure all this out. But I guess we'll see. Need to get one going. All right. Now, see, so all the stuff I was talking about, worrying about, you know, I just, yeah, the person I was just catching up with, the friend I was just catching up with, yeah, like, so now I know they've been going through a lot of people have been going through a lot. I just think the thing is too, a lot of us are so out of practice or out of touch with really talking with each other about what we've got going on. But I've got these weird theories, so I'm kind of like, when it comes to generational differences and stuff, you know, a lot of us kind of have like a cultural thing with like family members who are like elderly parents or whatever, and it's like we try to help them, but I feel like I'm not gonna say everybody, but like there's somewhat like an older generation of people who just like aren't that able to, I don't know, like they don't lean into like mental health support as much sometimes, or like maintaining their health as much sometimes, and then it might fall back on another generation. Like I'm noticing that a lot of my friends, in LA especially, a lot of us have parents who are like in their 60s, 70s, and a lot of our parents maybe aren't doing like that great, and we can kind of see it, but like we're also not in a position to really do much about it. And then, you know, there's always the judgment from other people if you're living with your family, and there's the stress of having to try to make like get the ball rolling, get things working. But yeah, like, you know, it's a whole house with people. You know, it's a whole, like I was saying, like I know plenty of people that have MDs, RNs, MAs, that just aren't, like the amount of effort that they're putting in isn't paying off the way that it would seem like it should. You know, it's like most people I know are doing pretty well, so I don't really know. It's good when things are kind of put into perspective. I really don't want to be like too, like I try not to be too down, but like you guys know, like I started this podcast when I already wasn't doing that well, and you know, mentality wise I've improved a lot, even though I still struggle with just sitting in my head and having the social stuff going on and like the stressors around it. And like I guess when people kind of distance themselves, I tend to think, oh, they're distancing because I did something wrong, like I'm not enough, or I'm not, you know, available enough, or I'm not providing enough fun for them, or enough, like they're just not, you know, they're not having enough fun for me to make it like worth, they're not having enough fun with me to make it worth their time. That's kind of how I take it sometimes, where it's like, you know, that's how I feel. I mean, that's not really what's happening, but you guys hear me when I'm talking about these things, and I'm kind of working through it. And what I've been trying to do is challenge a lot more of it, because I'm like, I've had a lot of, I have difficulty with silence, I guess. And I would say it's probably because how I was raised, you know, with, you know, family members just not being available, like adult family members who just weren't emotionally available, or had their own issues to where they needed to be abusive, and, you know, they couldn't get out of their ego or try to build somebody up. Like in some aspects, yeah, like I've had family members who called me stupid or lazy or whatever, and you know, they said it in a way that wasn't just like, you're stupid, but it's like, I've had family members call me like an ignoramus, or like, don't act like one, or whatever, because like, I remember that happened way back with, I'm not going to say which family member, but I remember I had like an issue, I thought I had an issue with the car. It happened that I guess I was maybe too low on gas, but then I got the car towed from a distance, and then, yeah, I got the car towed from a distance, and I thought, things were gonna be great, things were gonna be fine. But then I guess they paid for the tow, and the car was fine. It just needed a little more gas, and then that person got really mad at me, but I was like, well, I'll pay you back. Like, I didn't know, it was gonna be like there was like an issue or anything. I thought it was like a car problem, and they liked being so involved when I had like any kind of issue going on. But now I'm kind of like, I've learned to maybe not involve a lot of people when I've got a lot of stuff going on. And I try not, like, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying not to take on other people's problems. I'm trying to, like, gain vision from other people too. Like, when I kind of see, oh, this certain friend that kind of has it together, what are they doing that's working for them? And I try not to get sucked into the whole, like, things with certain people trying to take advantage of good nature, or like if you have resources to where you can like help yourself or whatever. Like, I don't want people just trying to like get over on me, just because they think I have something extra, or they think I have some kind of a, like, I don't know, like anything. But it's like I was saying, like, people cause each other a lot of pain sometimes, and I try not to get in people's way. But like, you guys hear the way I talk on here, it's kind of like, I do hold a lot of space for people and try to help out with a lot of stuff. But I guess one new thing that I'm gonna have to realize is, like, a lot of people I know maybe were making it look like everything was fine, or just weren't talking about their problems so openly, to where I was like, well, everyone I know kind of has like, 99% of people I know have a good life of things going the way they want, and I'm just not hearing from them because maybe it's me. And now I'm realizing, especially because a lot of people I know now kind of have things a lot more resolved, and they're kind of like, their life has kind of improved with the efforts they've made. So yeah, like, I kind of wanted to know, a little bit more. But I don't know, like, I'm not really trying to get, like, caught up in other people's problems, and I'm really just trying to protect my own energy, but also still stay connected to the old people, not old age people necessarily, but old as in length of time I've known them, the old friends, the old crew. Like, I want to stay connected, I want to stay involved, but I don't want any of the negative to rub off on me. I'm really trying to be careful with that. And I guess I've been avoiding kind of like stepping into hanging out with people, kind of out of embarrassment and kind of like my own things going on, because I guess I thought they don't understand, like, they've got their pristine life kind of going on, and then that's not really what it is. They don't have like a perfect life or anything like that. And they've kind of revealed kind of like some of the issues that come up, and a lot of us have been experiencing the burnout, the financial stress. But I'm finally starting to see some people having like a little bit of like getting a house and getting what they want. But then a lot of the people I've talked to, especially in San Diego, who I thought they were doing well all this time that I've been in LA up here, and being like, dang, man, it's kind of hard to like even join and want to like see them, because things are going like everyone kind of presented it like things were going like so well. And then I'm kind of realizing now that like almost every friend I have has issues with their housing, has issues with their job, and those are kind of two of the major things out here that are kind of like a big deal. It's like the pay, the job, the financial strain, and it's kind of a big deal. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna get more social with people about stuff, and like having just like so many people just having so many issues, and I guess maybe I never unpacked it enough to realize, you know, there's a lot going on. A lot of people have a lot going on, and you know, I don't really like to talk about what I've got going on with some people, and I've been kind of like avoiding it, but there is a lot of pressure, but you know, when you come from like a background of like high achieving people or people who expect that of you, because I'm like from a, I don't know, I would say Adventist culture, even on the religious side, Adventist culture, you know, has its challenges, you know. Adventist culture has its kind of like issues. But yeah, like sometimes it's really just a lot, you know, to try to like, you know, make sure that things are kind of getting handled. Like it's definitely just like a lot to try and like deal with, you know. And I guess I'm trying not to read into things. That's the hardest thing to do, but it's like it's better to just like kind of roll with it, I guess, and kind of lean into the social aspect of meeting with people. Like the people I've met with that I even assumed were mad at me or didn't like me or something, that's not even the thing. Like they've had their own stuff going on, and when I've met with them, they just seem so happy to see me, and I'm just like, this is not what I thought. I thought it would be tense. I thought it would be, you know, people feeling too much stress, people not really wanting to like talk. It was gonna be weird to catch up, but it's like, no, like we were vibing, you know. It feels good. Like all the people I've gotten to see during the holidays, this season of holidays seemed like it. I mean, of course, nothing's gonna be 100% perfect, right? But just like I was saying, like I was questioning. I was like, well, maybe these friends really don't like me, and I was just about to be like, let me just back up. I didn't realize that they had such a, you know, how I say that I get stressed and I hang out in my car because I don't want to deal with certain things, and then I'm kind of over here like, oh, my friends have the same issues, like, and some of them maybe don't even talk to their parents. You know, some of them don't even like talk to their parents. They don't even try to like, you know, get too involved. You know, well, they can't because it's just not emotionally safe for them. I'm not advocating for them even, you know, interacting. And like, I've got family members that some of them cut each other off, and it's like, you know, everyone wants to be like, oh, but it's family. And I'm like, yeah, but if you can't get your stuff under control, and it's affecting me to a point that now I've got to recover from it, or I'm calling like an emotional support line because I'm so upset and like stressed out, you know. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. Like, that's something that I'm like, it's hard to really know what to do with all that. It's hard to really know how to feel. It's hard to really know what to do. But I'm almost more motivated than ever to try and, like, you know, be, you know, a little more interactive and just lean into the social a little bit more and see if it's going to be civil or if there's going to be some kind of issues that arise, because at the moment I don't really have enough data to work with some people who I haven't really seen in so many years too often. Like, I was wondering, how come I only see this person, like, at this certain time or that certain time, you know, and, like, I'm not, you know, now I'm realizing, like, none of us were showing up for each other because we had so much going on, but nobody was talking about all the mental stuff they had going on, all the physical stuff they had going on, you know, all the financial stuff they had going on. And, you know, now I know, okay, like, other people are dealing with stuff, and that's why they can't plan. That's what, you know, that's why they can't keep it straight when we're trying to, like, make plans and they keep canceling because they're depressed or something. And, you know, we're of a generation where it's going to take a lot on our end to have to, you know, you know, it's just going to take a lot on our end to try and, like, deal with some of the, with a lot of the stuff, like, it, like, like, in trying to understand that there's time, you know, like I say, like, that's why I talk about the fitness year. I'm like, I can track things that way to where I'm like, I've had this fitness year, like, this is the you know, we're a few weeks into, like, the beginning of the third fitness year and stuff like that. I can kind of track it that way to where it's like, well, I kind of know that, you know, I can tell, like, when things went wrong, and, like, just trying to, like, keep my life slow enough pace that I can, like, manage myself, you know, because I'm really not tied down. But, like, I think right now mostly it's the health stuff, and then once I get that, like, kind of squared away to where I can be out of the house more, because I don't want it affecting my work. But, like, that's, you know, that's the main thing I'm trying to, like, improve right now. It's just making sure that I'm managing my health. So I think I've been on track with that. I don't think there's really a major issue with that. But but I'm trying. You know, I'm trying. Like, I can't really do much more than just, like, try. But yeah. I'm also, like, I can tell that I get, like, suspicious, paranoid, just kind of, like, not really trusting or understanding socially what's going on. Because before, it was like, you call people, you plan, it's, like, super fast and quick, and you kind of meet up and do stuff, and then, you know, and now that I know some of my friends are working remotely, I know where they live. Like, they're just people, it's kind of hard to explain, too, because I know a lot of people's lifestyles aren't like mine, to where they grew up with the same people and for so long, that they kind of, like, know a lot of people, or, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like, they grew up with the same people, and to a point where, I don't know, like, I don't know, it's a lot to try to figure out. And there's some friends that I'm like, are we even aligned, like, on the same level? Are we even still, like, aligned, you know what I mean? Like, are we even still seeing eye to eye? Is it even worth trying to, like, maintain this when somebody goes MAGA or something? And I'm just like, do I really need to be circling back and, like, still trying to talk, you know? Like, not just over that. I'm not saying just like that is gonna make me cut somebody off. I'm just saying like if our lifestyles aren't even aligning, you know, why do I need to kind of like be the one that keeps it moving when I'm not really feeling it fully, you know? Sometimes I'm just like, sometimes it's just not working. And dang it, I went the wrong way. I thought there was a street here. Dang it, I missed the street. Is this a street? I've never gotten in this direction. This isn't the right plaza, but is it close enough? Okay, can I drive through this plaza into the other one? Is there like a back alley or something? I'm trying to take this route. The restaurant is on this weird street. I do not know how to get there from here. I have to go through this alley. Does it go through? Yeah, the alley looks like it might go through. But I don't know. Like I'm trying not to take things personal. I'm trying not to be like a bad person that gets in everybody's way. I'm trying to manage my own life and make my own life better and look out for the people I know and love and care for and not get sucked into and involved with people that aren't really on the same page of caring for their own health. Just for their own self, you know? It's like, if somebody can't care for their own self, I don't know what they want me to do, necessarily. Dude, I don't know where I am. How do I get to this place? Is this gonna be the right? I feel like I'm about to make another wrong turn. This restaurant is in the weirdest little spot to where you can't make a left turn, and then there's no area that's like where you can possibly make like an easy turn. But there is a left turn, I just don't know where it is. I can't find it. I think, is this it? Oh, I can't. This street doesn't go through. Oh, dang it. Oh, no. So I guess I can't go in this way. Oh, no, that's where I need to be, though. Okay. I know where I need to be. Okay, I need to be down one block. Wow. The roads are getting bad. So much water on the roads. Well, I haven't even gone that far, and this car is just like eating my gas. It is a thirsty biatch. This car is eating my gas, man. Okay, third time's about to be a charm. Man, I'm just so tired. Okay, this is the street. I don't even know what the name of the street is. I guess I could have used a map like a normal person. But how normal am I really? But I don't know. Cause I'm very social and I love people. I love the people I know. I haven't liked it for a while, like the way things have kind of gone with trying to like interact with people and how challenging it's become. Like it's like pulling teeth. Like I've even talked about it on here where I'm like, okay, if I want to like try to ask somebody out or like maybe I am interested, and then I start questioning my own self, like, well, why am I interested in certain people that are like this certain way, you know? Like, and of course there's like a comfort and familiarity with that. So let me go. Alright. Got this food. Alright, so yeah, that's kind of how I've been feeling. Just kind of like trying my best to kind of keep it simple. Keep kind of like a civil amount of, just trying to be understanding, and just trying to make sure I'm not causing problems, trying to contribute to my health and helping people with theirs, but I don't really want to be at a point where I'm like trying to assist so heavily. And I kind of need to take the method of some of the people I know, to try to just understand that, yeah, you can still be cordial, you can still be polite and respectful and nice and kind and loving without having to overextend yourself to a point where, you're just trying to tread water and somebody else is trying to like grab onto you and you're sinking and they're sinking, and it's like, I don't know, man, you got to tread water too. Maybe we're not both swimming, but if I'm just treading water, you can't expect me to go try to make it so that I can swim and then try to make it so that you can swim. It's like, or if I'm just treading water, you can't just expect to let me try to like help you. It's like I'm struggling, it's like treading water to me is like you're functional but you're burned out. You're functional or like you're functional but you're burned out, or you're doing okay but like you still need your energy to yourself. Or your schedule kind of leaves space for you, but it doesn't leave space for like everybody else to be like needing from you and pulling from you and trying to attach themselves to you and like suction cup themselves to you like an octopus, or even worse, just like a leech and sucking you dry until they get their fill, and then where are they when you need them, it's like you gotta kind of handle your own stuff, and like that's why when I'm with people, I'm kind of like I want to do something productive. I don't want to talk about all this other stuff that's not productive. Like I want to be productive together. And I don't want to be bitter or angry or rude or passive aggressive or hateful or any of that. Like I just I'm simple, like, but I think I'm gonna keep on the track I'm on. I think like I'm not gonna mooch off of people that are doing well. That's not what I mean. That I'm gonna just like, okay, if you're doing well, we can hang out, and if you're not doing well, we can't. But I'm definitely gonna start being like, if there's people who kind of just aren't kind of like consistently working on their game plan, I need to, I don't know, I need to kind of adjust some of how I'm handling it. I need to kind of adjust, a little bit, but yeah, like I'm gonna need to kind of adjust things, because otherwise you know, like it's still, like I've talked about it before, you know, the flakiness of people, the difficulty planning, the me going out of my way to spend so much extra money or extra time and energy, and then the other people kind of can't, you know, and then, you know, I feel like people think, oh, you live with family, it's probably all easy, it's probably all good, things are probably going perfectly fine. You've kind of found like a cheat code to where it's like good, but it's like, no, like there's a lot of codependency kind of issues going on, and like, yeah, like, I don't know, I don't know, but I don't know, like, you know, I'm almost home. I'm feeling kind of good. I'm gonna try. I mean, this isn't like a New Year's resolution thing, but I'm really gonna try to look at both sides of the coin. I've really been trying to do that more and more, and it's hard, but I'm seeing a little bit of progress where I'm like, I'm able to kind of question, like, oh, my brain is going down that thought path again, to where I'm kind of like thinking that this person is like mad at me or something, and then, you know, I've got issues, got attachment issues, you know. I'm not saying I was like neglected as a kid, but like, you know, I have family that, you know, they've got their own trauma, they've got their own problems, people fleeing from countries because of reasons that they had to, and losing all that they had, and having to fight to kind of get where they're at now. I came from that, so, you know, I can't expect that it's going to be like everything's going to go perfect all day, every day or anything, but like, yeah, I got to protect my energy, and I'm not going to apologize for it, you know, like, but I'm happy that with some of the stuff I was wrong, you know, that it wasn't going, that things weren't as I thought they were in that negative light. I'm glad that that's not it. So, I don't know if any of that made sense, but I'm about to go eat a late lunch, and then, alright, that's it for now. Thanks for listening.